weird. Hey everyone, we are just making a test right now because for some reason we are facing some issues, but I think it's gonna get better. So I'm sorry for taking too long. So please, so if everyone is hearing us, or someone say something on the chat, please, for testing. Yeah, the screen's black right now. Cara, não tem o que fazer, cara. Tá, tipo, o upload tá horrível. Oh man. Oh yes we can hear you. Hello everyone. I'm sorry for this, but like we never had a problem like this before. Can you hear us right? Okay. So yeah, the screen's black right now. Okay. So you guys can hear us. It's loud and clear. It's fine.
Hello. Like I was saying, technology is amazing.
Right? I mean, like, right?
When it works.
Yeah, but it's working right now, I think. So, hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Together We Are Strong. Tonight we have like really special guest, Anjali, is here with us. So please welcome to her.
Hi guys, it's Anjali. How are you?
We are followed by Rocket Remy from Echo Point, Mexico.
I am
Hello,
seeing
everyone.
Wait, what?
What?
I'm just seeing messages from people saying that they hear us, but the screen is black.
Yeah, okay, well it's gonna be fixed now. We are accompanied by Rocket Remy from Echo Point, Mexico. Say hello again, please.
Hello, I am a raccoon and I do stuff in Mexico. That's all my character description.
um, we are also here with the amazing what the fucks, Leticia.
Hi.
I am your fan.
One of the greatest handles on the internet.
Yeah.
And Elbrook is resetting his PC because he was downloading some weird things right there, so we cannot talk about it. And Pargon is our technician today, so welcome. Thank you. So okay, let's start because we have like so many time to spare right now because of our problem. Uh, Thank you for being here, Anjali, and thank you for being patient because I know you are.
Of course. And I'm gonna help you with pronouncing my name because I know it's a little tricky for a lot of people. So it's Anjali.
Anjali.
I like to tell people it sounds like it's Italian, even though I'm Indian. It sounds like Anjali Bhimani.
Yeah, but
Hey, oh,
well, when you say Italian, I think about like Anjali, you know, Anjali.
Oh, see, that's different. Then that's not gonna work. So,
Anjali.
yes, Anjali. That's totally
Anjali.
correct. Anjali.
So we're gonna ask you some questions about. First of all, we want you to say what you think about this project, about Echo Point, about everything that we've been doing, because like it's really important for us to know the opinion of the people who are making this amazing game alive. So everything you guys do reflects 100% in what we do because you guys are like a source of inspiration for everyone.
Oh. Well, I got to tell you, first of all, I'm just always I am endlessly, and you'll hear me say this a lot in all sorts of places, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I'm endlessly amazed by the Overwatch community and how generous they are and how creative and how artistic and all of these things. And you guys, what you're doing is just another example of that. I mean, the fact that you have come together inspired by a game and decided to do something to make the world a better place in one small way, one big way, whatever way you choose to do it. I think that right there is absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And I'm a small part of a big game. You know, there's this game is and we who are a part of the game have, you guys are really the biggest part of the game. The players and the community, the players and the community. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here doing it. So what do I think about what you're doing? I think you guys are awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Thank you. And how did you feel, and how did you first know about us?
I just saw a post on Twitter about you guys planting trees, and I thought, well, that's awesome. And then I really want to go to Brazil, and that's awesome. You know, taking care of the environment and going to Brazil, what could not be good about that? It's fantastic. I love it.
Thank you very much. Any of you guys have any questions for her about Echo Point?
Oh, I don't, but I do have a lot of questions about the metro for another time.
Okay, so first of all, you are an amazing actress, and you do like a lot of great works. I was like, before I, oh my god, what was that? Before we do like before we do like this kind of interview, we spend like a lot of time on IMDb to do research because and also we know that you have a YouTube channel that's called I Am Fun Size. And I've watched a lot of those videos, and I love the way you do those things. So why you decided to start doing what you do?
In I Am Fun Size specifically?
Yes.
Okay, so this is another testament to the power of both the online community when people are using their powers and their words for the powers of good, and the Overwatch community. For years now, I've been wanting to do something like a blog or a vlog or writing of some kind that would be something. At first, I wanted it to be inspirational and helpful, but I wanted it to be something for people who were petite, because I'm a petite person, and surprise, surprise. And then I realized how exclusive that is, how much it would, actively exclude people from being a part of the conversation, which is the opposite of what I ever want to do. I want people to feel amazing no matter who they are. And I realized, since I have a tendency to call myself Fun Size instead of short, because I think it's more fun. I also realized that even that term alone is exclusive. Everyone is built for fun. Whether you're tall or small, whatever color you are, whatever race you are, whatever gender you are, whatever you identify yourself as, your life was made for you to experience to the fullest. And the tricky thing is that not all of us feel capable of doing that all the time. We all have down moments. We all have struggles. We all are doing our best to handle the adventures and challenges of life. And so I decided that I was going to do something called I Am Fun Size, but that it was going to be for everyone, and basically a place to check in and find out. I don't like to say for me to give advice, because I don't know anything. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I'm a professional Anjali. I'm really good at being myself, but I'm not some kind of professional who runs around giving advice, but I do have a lot of experience. So I wanted people to have a forum where they could ask questions about life, and I could say, I don't know what works for you, but this sometimes works for me, or I'm struggling with this too, and I want you to know you're not alone, that kind of thing. And so the inspiration to do it when I did it came from one night I got on Twitter and just kind of decided, I'm going to ask, let's do a fan art Friday. Let's see what happens. And I asked people, I was like, hey guys, let's do a fan art Friday. Let's see what happens. And I was inundated with so much beautiful art from people and artists of all levels.
Anjali?
Oh my.
Anjali. Oh no.
Anjali?
Oh no.
Oh no.
And I immediately thought, who am I to wait and say, I can't do this because it's not good enough yet, or I don't have it perfect and I need the series to be perfect or whatever. If these people can be this generous and open with what they are sharing, then so can I. So that night, as soon as all that happened, I recorded the first I Am Fun Size, basically telling people what it was going to be. And here we are. I think there's something like 60 episodes now. I haven't really been counting, to be honest.
That's a lot.
But I am going to be making some fun announcements coming up on August 30th, which is, and it's going to be, since it's a new year.
Anjali?
New exciting. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
makes like
cutting
some
off
weird
sometimes.
noises.
Oh gosh, I wonder why. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I wonder what that was about. So I'm going to be making some announcements on the 30th about some fun things I'm going to be doing with I Am Fun Size going forward, and definitely for the month of September.
Oh, that's awesome. We're looking forward to see it.
Yeah,
and
really
Lucas Neptune, I got to tell you, I'm responding to this one message here. Lucas Neptune, thank you. My video with Jen Cohn was hands down one of my favorites. She is, I mean, you guys met her if you were on the feed when she came on and talked with you guys. You know how inspiring and high energy and beautiful she is, and she's just a ball of energy. And I agree, that was a very, 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 very fun video. So thanks for watching that.
Yeah, Jen is awesome. She's so like she's so like beautiful in every way. I love to talk to her.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly. I second that emotion.
I'm actually, I have to say it, first of all, yeah, you're right. I'm also a little Mexican guy, so fun size is like the best term ever.
I think so. I mean, who doesn't like a fun size candy bar? A fun size candy bar is fun because you can eat 17 of them and not feel like that.
Right? Right? And
what's not fun about that?
Right? There's a saying in Mexico that the great things in life come in fun size presentations.
Oh, so like small packages is fun size?
Yeah. Good things come in small packages. I switched back to my phone because my computer decided to drop out on me. So here we go. And this will be better for, this will probably be better for audio anyway.
Oh, that's okay.
So I can notice a really strong vibe in your voice, and I have to say it's really inspiring, because talking about even candy bars sounds like I'm getting excited to go out to get a candy bar.
Because I am. It's chocolate. If you're not getting excited about chocolate, you have not lived.
Oh my God, I might be there inside. Anyways. This question just came to my mind. Like, how was the first time interpreting Symmetra? Because I feel like there's a lot more of you that there in Symmetra that it might be originally planned.
There's a lot of me in Symmetra. It might be what? Might be
the character was supposed to be just Symmetra, but then you came aboard.
I gotcha. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Symmetra existed well before I showed up. But you know, that's obviously through the developers and Michael Chu, who created this, you know, beautiful backstory for this wonderful character. And Andrea Toyes, who is the casting director over there, the head casting director at Blizzard, and also the session director for a lot of our sessions, was really the one who guided me the most, her and Michael, as to what they needed. I think how do I put this? I and Symmetra are not really that much alike, but I feel like I understand her very deeply.
Yeah,
I feel
she's
like
very understandable.
Yeah, and also
what she's been through, right?
Yeah, but also I feel like the one thing I really identify with her the most on, other than the fact that I too cannot handle when photo frames are hanging off kilter, I have to fix them. But is that she has a desire to use whatever experiences that she has had, even the tough ones or the bad ones, instead of using those as a reason to stop and as a reason to give up, she uses those as a reason to build a better world. And that whatever she has gone through in her childhood that we know of, we don't know a lot about her. Obviously, we know in the comic, and we know what we know from the individual interactions that she has with other characters in the game. But what we know of her so far, I think what she is doing with her life, or the way she is attempting to live her life, is similar to the way I would like to think I'm living mine, which is, if something goes wrong in my world, if I've had a terrible experience, whatever bad things have happened in my past, I don't want them to be any reason to say I can't do something. If anything, I want them to give me more compassion for people who have been through the same thing or who are going through the same thing. That's, again, part of I Am Fun Size. I get, thanks to I Am Fun Size and this beautiful community and the people outside, these are even, obviously not people who don't play Overwatch as well, just fans from other things or communities from other places. I have the opportunity now to take a lot of the painful moments in my life and give them a reason for being, because I can help other people through that. And that, to me, is really, really, really special. There are people who have had really awful, tragic childhoods and have grown up to be some of the most extraordinary people in the world. There are people who have had everything and then struggled as an adult with things that the rest of us might find simple. It really is, I think, a matter of what you do with the experience you're given. And I love that about Symmetra. Whether or not she's associated with the right company, we'll have a conversation about when we find out. But you guys know pretty much as I know about Symmetra's background. They don't give us a lot of information ahead of time, wisely, because then we don't spill the beans on anything. But I sometimes I find out about voice lines that are in the game when they come out in the game, because I don't necessarily remember that I recorded them. And so and the same thing with the backstory. I don't, at this moment, at least I can honestly say, I think everything I know about Symmetra is already out there in the world.
Yes. So I have a couple of questions that are kind of personal.
Okay.
So Jeff Kaplan told us that Symmetra has autism.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard that, I was really wowed, because she doesn't look like she has autism. But then I realized that I have autism. I was diagnosed with Asperger, which is like a very light form of autism. You can still live as a normal person, but then I was like, you can't make an autistic person be like strange in a game. She's like just like every one of us. So I was very inspired when he said that, and I was wondering if you knew that when you were making the voice lines and stuff like that, if you knew that she had that condition, and if that in any way just changed the way you did Symmetra.
See, that's what I was asking for you to tell her when I told you. Tell her what you have in common with Symmetra. And then you said, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh my God, did I make a mistake right now?
No. But here, this is wonderful. And I love the way you asked this question, because you said something very, very key to what makes this portrayal of a person on the spectrum different. And you said, I may misquote you, but you said she doesn't look like someone who has autism. Mm-hmm. Well, what does someone who has, there are a million different people in the world who look a million different ways. And the fact that Blizzard has created all of these characters that are not defined by any one characteristic, but are defined by the multitude of things that make them uniquely themselves, that right there is extraordinary to begin with. Then add to the fact that it's a depiction of someone on the spectrum. She's obviously pretty high functioning on the spectrum, but nevertheless, she has challenges of someone who's on the spectrum. And we found out, as the public found out pretty late, pretty long after meeting her, was it confirmed that she was on the spectrum. So the short answer to your question is no. I did not know when I first started recording. I had my first inkling when the comic came out, right before the game came out. The comic A Better World, and she specifically says in there, it used to bother me when people, I'm paraphrasing, but it used to bother me when people would ask where I was on the spectrum. It doesn't anymore, because I know I can do things those other people can't.
Mm-hmm.
And that is such an extraordinary statement to make.
Yes.
And I want people to feel like that all across the board, whether they are on the spectrum, whether they are anything that they feel like might be holding them back, or might be giving people a false picture of who they are or what their capabilities are. I am so grateful that the character that I get to play happens to be the one with this path.
Yes.
Because I think it's a really special, and powerful depiction of someone on the spectrum, and there aren't a lot of those in the world.
Yeah. And I think she's portrayed perfectly because she has this unimaginable talent, and she's super she's so talented that the company wanted her to be like their
their covert ops agent.
Yes,
exactly.
And because she's so brilliant, and not because she's like rich or because she's special in any other way, then she's just super good at what she does.
Well, and also, I mean, this is going a little deeper into it, and this is my understanding when I interpreted the comic. This is not something that came from Blizzard. This is me as a consumer of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like the way that they have manipulated her into potentially believing that the company is doing something that they may not be doing, because we can't quite tell whether Vishkar, I mean, we could probably have a good idea now, but she obviously felt like she was with the right people to do the right thing, and then started questioning it a little bit at the end of that comic. Mm-hmm. Because she is someone who potentially has a little bit of difficulty reading emotional cues.
Obviously.
Maybe they preyed a little bit on that side of her when she was a young girl, when they brought her in. I mean, there's so much richness to the possibilities for this character, and there's so much room for her story to grow and expand, and for us to see her. She could go either way. She could be an incredible force for good. She could be an incredible force for the opposite. We honestly don't know. It really depends on what comes up in the future. And because there's no specificity at the moment, whether she is going to connect with Overwatch, or is going to connect with Talon, or is just going to constantly go off and be a free agent like she is so far with Vishkar, anything is possible. But I'm really, 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 really so grateful for them having a character like her. I mean, there's so many characters in this game who have specific things about them that could have been defining characteristics. Oh, this is the gay character. This is the amputee. This is this character. Instead of this is Tracer. This is Junkrat. This is Symmetra.
Because this is what they are. They're people.
Exactly.
What they are doesn't define them. If they're different, doesn't define them. They're just them.
It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. It's not the only thing that defines them. It's the combination of things that make them who they are. So yeah, I am very grateful. Very, 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 very grateful to Blizzard for putting something like that out in the world, and I feel really lucky to be a part of that depiction.
Oh, that is so nice. Yeah. I also have another question.
Go for it.
This is your moment.
Yeah.
Bring it.
No, I really love languages. Currently, I'm learning Korean, and I really love learning new languages. And I was wondering if, like, when you started like reading the lines and doing the things, if you had any say on what the phrases in
Hindi.
Yes,
gotcha.
If you kind of made them your own, because I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that the Zarya voice actress, she says some phrases in Russian that are not really said in Russia. Some people from Russia said that they don't speak that in Russia at all. So I don't know if that was in purpose or if it was like something they didn't look into it. So I was wondering if you, as an Indian speaking person, if you kind of had your hand in it.
Well, here's the tricky thing, and it's the tricky thing about anytime you jump into speaking a different language. And in this case, it's a really difficult thing because Hindi is one of so many languages in India. And no matter what you do, there is going to be someone who says, well, that's not how this is said, or it should have been said in this different language. And everyone is right. Whatever they say, even if they're saying contradicting things, everyone is right. Because she absolutely could speak Hindi. She also absolutely could speak Telugu because that's a language they speak in Hyderabad. She absolutely could speak 17 different languages in India, and it would make sense for the character that she is. So I had told them early on, hey, if you did want to put some languages in Hindi in there, I would be game for that. I just need to see them ahead of time to be able to make sure I'm doing them right. And everything, and brought in my Hindi coach to make sure that all of that was going well. But there were nothing has made it into the game that was a suggestion of mine. Let's put it that way. Everything so far that we have seen in the game has been something that definitely came from the writers, from Michael Chu and the translators for the game. That said, I know they would be open every session I come in if I were to bring things in, and I've thrown in a couple of things here and there. I just don't know if / when they will make it into the game. They might be like, yeah, no, not so much. But yeah, not for the Hindi stuff. No. And I know there have been, like I said, there have been some people who have questioned why she's speaking Hindi when she's from Hyderabad, and in Hyderabad they mostly speak Telugu. And again, like I and this is not to discount anyone's opinion, because I completely understand that feeling and that point of reference. You want it to be, if I were from Hyderabad, I'd probably be asking the same question. I also know that this is set in the far future, and she had an upbringing that was not common. She wasn't living in the slums of Hyderabad her whole life, and she went to this corporation, which is a global corporation, and Hindi is the main national language of India. So it's absolutely, I mean, it would be legitimate for her just to speak English. It would be entirely possible if that were the case. I love that she doesn't. I love that she speaks Hindi too. But yeah, she could speak. I feel like Symmetra knows like 19 languages and just throws them out when like, she's so smart. She's so smart, and it's not like she spends a lot of time going out and partying and doing fun things. So I suspect that she knows a lot more than has necessarily been put out in the game. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just babbling. So I know, I understand the language.
Feel free to do it.
The language thing can often be very tricky, because on one hand you want it, we and Blizzard and I all want it to be as authentic as possible, and yet when you have something that is this global and is this worldwide, there's always the opportunity for someone to say, but that's wrong. And their opinion is their opinion. I'm never going to discount their opinion, but in a creative situation like this, I definitely do not feel that it's because Blizzard didn't do their homework. I think it's because Blizzard made some choices. And again, it's the future. There's a talking gorilla in this game. So like, I feel a little bit of creative leeway should be given for that purpose. And Hindi's exactly. And Hindi is a huge popular language, and who knows, maybe we'll hear her speak Telugu in the future when she is specifically speaking to someone from Hyderabad. But she hasn't been doing that, so we don't know yet.
But what I really like about the team, the Overwatch team, is that they made such a good job. Like, shout out to Johnny Cruz, because he did an amazing job speaking Portuguese.
Right?
Like, a lot of people say that
we
it's
are
not
trying
that,
to get Johnny Cruz in this place so hard.
He's a busy bee. He's a tough guy to nail down, but he killed it with the Portuguese.
Wow.
And even it's so challenging. It's challenging for me to speak Hindi, because Hindi is obviously, I'm not fluent in Hindi. I speak a little bit of Hindi. I speak a little bit of Gujarati, but it is not my native language, obviously. But then for Johnny to go in there speaking no Portuguese historically and to do that, that was amazing. And the folks at Blizzard, you got to hand it to them. They wanted it to be authentic and perfect, and they made sure that he had guidance when he was in the session, and they made sure they did everything they could to be exacting. And now we have these beautiful lines in the game because of his talent and their diligence.
Yes, because at the beginning, like we didn't had any Portuguese Lucio voice lines or anything in game. He spoke only English, and we felt like almost all the other characters have voice lines in their own language. So why doesn't Lucio has one? But then we made that, and it was like, oh my god, it's so good.
The people felt the same way about Symmetra. So it was gradually. I mean, look, this is the other thing. Blizzard doesn't do anything that is going to last for 1 year and then go away. They are. I think we can all agree that they are interested in long-term experience.
And also Blizzard is a very cautious company because like they're doing things like since 1992, as long as I can remember. So
yeah.
And I mean,
as a result, since they're so interested in the long term and the long game, there are always going to be new things being rolled out, and they are always listening to the community, probably more than the community knows. Yes. Listening to, and attempting to make sure that everyone is having the best time possible playing the game. Whether it's listening to suggestions about gameplay, whether it's doing their best to eliminate toxicity in the gameplay, which is a huge thing in gaming in general.
Yes.
And it's the one thing that makes me sad about gaming, because it's supposed to be a beautiful, safe place for us to enjoy our fantasies and share our enthusiasm with other people. And then there are people who choose to use their voice for something that is really destructive towards other people, and that kills me. That breaks my heart. Genuinely breaks my heart. It's such a terrible use of the power of your word. And your words have power, and you have the power to do beautiful things with your words. So why would you choose to do that? You know. But anyway, the Blizzard is always checking analytics, and they're trying to change gameplay, and they're doing the reworks. You know, Symmetra got her rework. We know the other reworks are coming. They're nerfing, they're buffing, they're changing things, they're creating events. They are listening to the community so hardcore. It's just, there's a lot of people to listen to, and they are doing absolutely, like, they're doing such an incredible, great job. With taking in all of that and attempting to put into motion things that support the players having a great time. I mean, every time I've talked to Jeff, it's such a joy listening to the vision that he has for this game, the vision that he has for the world of this game and for the people who play it.
Yeah, that's true. So there are 2 questions for you on the chat.
Okay. I completely forgot. I stopped. Sorry, I totally forgot. I stopped looking at that.
Yeah, don't worry. Zappa wants to know, like, I'm not sure if you're reading this, but you're a very inspirational person, Anjali.
Oh, thank you.
Manayar is saying that we love you.
I love you guys. You guys have changed my life in such an extraordinary way. Oh, and all of a sudden now I'm thinking of that song from Wicked, and I feel so cheesy. Because I met you, I have been changed for good. You know, that one. It's like so super cheesy.
Wow.
So super, super cheesy. That I just thought that. But yeah, no, I love you guys. I cannot express the kind of love and gratitude I have for this community. Which is one of the reasons I travel as much as physically possible to meet as many people as physically possible, because I just want all of you to know how much you have done so much for me. It's only right that I do everything in my power to remind all of you how special and powerful you are, and that you have superpowers. And I say you as in you guys, and you as in the community who's listening, and you as in anyone who's out there. Your superpower might not be a photon shield or a danger noodle, as I used to call the beam, or whatever it was. That was thanks to Async on Twitter. But it may not be that, but it might be kindness, it might be creativity, it might be your sense of humor, like our beautiful Seti, who's green dumpling right there in the chat. His sense of humor is the wildest superpower I have ever seen. That man can crack me up so hard, he makes me cry. He literally makes me cry because I'm laughing so hard. It's the greatest ab workout ever. Everybody has something in them that is special to give, and most of us have more than one thing. And so if there's anything that I can do to help people find that, then I feel like I've done a decent job, at least, of showing you how much you guys mean to me.
Yeah, that's one of the points of Echo Point, that we don't want like just go out and plant trees. Like, we want to bring people together in a new way inside of the gaming community. That's what we are working for, and seeing that we are inspiring people to do all of this. Like, I am the creator of the project, but I was amazed when everyone in Mexico is starting to go out and doing the same. Like, I can't believe that this is happening. And like people all over the places were like, dude, we want to start this too. I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing, and that's what we want. We want to bring people together to do something good to the planet, but also have a good connection and also do something for the future. So that's
Well, and look, that's exactly not to sound too lofty, but that's exactly what the creation of Overwatch was about. I mean, the developers Jeff and Michael and Arnold and all of those people, they all of them there wanted to create a world that was worth fighting for, and show you how everybody can be a hero, whether it's the little kids at the museum in that very first cinematic trailer for the game, or whether it's the actual heroes in the game, or whoever it is. Everybody has a part to play in taking care of a beautiful world that we want to keep. And there are plenty of destructive forces out there that we don't have control over. It's our job to try to be as constructive as physically possible. And that can be hard to do if you are not feeling inspired, or if you're feeling depressed, or if you're feeling like you don't know what you can do. You guys have given someone something very tangible that they can do. You know what we can do? We can go out and plant these trees. Let's do it. Done. Here's the way we can do it. Come do it with us. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have awesome t-shirts. Let's do it.
Yeah, the t-shirts were created to be like part of the uniform, so everyone can feel part of the Echo Point team, you know.
Yeah, who doesn't love a good t-shirt? Come on.
Yeah.
So there's a person asking for you to say you're not meant for greatness.
Oh God, okay, I will say it, but I want everyone to know this, because I always feel bad when I say it, because I don't want anyone to think that I am actually saying it.
Give a good tweak. Give a good tweak. Tweak on it.
Yeah, Symmetra. So Symmetra would say you are not meant for greatness.
No.
Oh my.
Yeah, she's so judgy. She's the queen of. She's really good at elegantly putting people down.
Yes.
Like she's really
Yeah,
good.
in every way,
then
because she's killing a lot.
Yeah, she says things, and then you're like, did she insult me? Because it was really smooth and sounded nice, but I'm pretty sure she insulted me. And in the beginning, that was actually my favorite voice line, which is why when Johnny made that video with all of us after BlizzCon, that was the first thing that I said, because it was my favorite.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
it's such an elegant way to say something so horrible. Oh my God. But yes. You were not meant for greatness. But really you were. You totally were. You really were meant for greatness.
Everyone.
That's what Anjali says.
Blackjack asked, does Symmetra have a mechanical arm, or is it a glove?
Dude, I don't know.
I want to know that.
I want to know too. And I got to tell you, when the magician skin came out and she had the light arm, you know, it looked like hard. That I thought that was pretty much our sign that that's what it is. So I'm assuming that it's what we see in that skin, but it's also just a skin, so we don't know. I wish I knew the answer. Like I said, you guys know as much as I do. But I do not know at the moment. I just know that when that magician skin came out, I lost my mind, because I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That hard light arm. It makes perfect sense, right? It makes perfect sense. Now we just got to find out what actually happened.
Yes.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Yes, of course. Ask.
Teach us how to say her ultimate.
Okay. Are you ready? So yahi param vastavikta hai. This is the ultimate reality.
Yeah.
So yahi. Param, which is Param.
Param.
Vastavikta. Hey. There you go. Yahi param vastavikta hai.
I can't do that fast.
Really, hey is tricky, because it's not as. How do I say it? I put a little more emphasis on that word when we were saying it just now than you would necessarily say it. So grammatically, my performance of it just now with you was not particularly accurate. But yahi param vastavikta hai. That means this is the ultimate reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm in shock right now because I
What?
had a bunch of questions like prepared. Like I was excited. I was really excited because Symmetra is one of my favorite characters too in the game, of the
Uh-huh.
portrait of a lot of stuff. But as I just started listening, and I was like, I was about to ask that. She read my mind. I was about to ask that
Aw.
too. Wow, this is just keep going. I should just stay quiet. She's going to answer the next question that I haven't done
Ah.
yet. I'm in shock. It's beautiful.
I'm so glad. Well, I'll tell you what. I can stick around a couple extra minutes since we started late. I just have to run to an appointment afterwards. So let's stick around and ask more questions. I had to refresh the Twitch stream here because my computer is not happy with me today. So I can't get down to see any more of the questions.
Computers can smell fear.
Although hello my beautiful debaucherie. It's nice to see you too.
There's someone asked if you are being. But wait. Don't know if she has answered this already, but would
That's
she
okay.
being up for being in an animated short? Do you have any ideas or any expectations about that?
Would I be up for being in an animated short? Hell
Yeah.
yes. I would. I think all of us feel that way. We've been hired to be these characters. We're up for anything they want us to do as these characters. Love them. I love them. I love Symmetra's backstory. I'm dying to learn more about it. So I don't like to speculate about what that might be, and about what I think her background might be, or what stories she might have. Mostly because I enjoy, until something is canon in the Overwatch world, and really I feel this way about all of the projects I work on, about my show We're a Live Frontier, about any of the TV work that I do, all of that stuff. I don't like to speculate about what might come, because the community does such a wonderful job of letting their creativity fly with their fan fiction and their cosplay and their shipping and all of that, that I never want someone's creative ideas to be stopped because I said, oh, well, I think this, or I want this. Like, that's not that's not my jam. So I certainly have ideas of what I'd like to know. I'd like to know everything, first of all. But
Me too.
one thing, and I don't think this is, this will stop anyone's creativity at all to say this, I would like to see how she ends up being connected to the rest of the Overwatch heroes. How she ends up being involved, because at the moment there's not really much interaction other than the little bit of interaction between her and Lucio that speaks to history.
Yeah.
And she does have lines with other characters, but they don't necessarily have to do with any kind of history or any kind of backstory or anything like that.
Yeah,
So
I guess all of them were connected in some way. We don't know yet, but I think like Diva, we had the new animated short today, and I think we're starting to get like bits and pieces of every different nucleus of history. So
Yes.
I'm hoping, praying that we will get a Lucio/Symmetra short someday, so that we can finally discover what really happened and what will happen in the future. That's what most people have been waiting for.
I would be thrilled by that, and Johnny and I can
Yes.
carpool because we live right next to each other. So,
Nice.
so that would be fantastic. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's so many. Again, we're talking about a long game here. This game is going to be around for years and years and years. Look at Warcraft. Look at World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
thing is still going strong. And I
know.
have to. Oh my God, you guys! I finally caved. Downloaded it on my computer. I haven't had games on my. I haven't had games on my. No. Listen, I haven't had games. I specifically deleted all the games from my computer in like 2003 because I was so obsessed with games that I would not I would just play games in my free time and I wouldn't do anything else. And I finally deleted my games in 2003. And after spending a bunch of time with my beautiful cast of We're a Live Frontier, I finally gave in and I was like, oh no, oh goodbye free time. There goes the 5 minutes, the little time that I have like 5 minutes a day that's unaccounted for, and now it's going to be playing World of Warcraft. So God help me.
So
To make the question.
yeah,
Horde
so-
or Alliance.
Oh, I don't know. So many of my friends are Alliance, and I want to play with them. So I will likely have, thankfully you can have more than one character. So I will likely have Alliance characters. But I do love. again, like, consider me a baby at this game. Okay.
Okay.
I do, the blood elf thing is very appealing to me.
Yes.
So I'm kind of torn on both. And like when I was watching the first trailer to kind of get into it, I was watching that chick at the beginning who's, just killing, wrecking shop. And then all of a sudden she screamed, "For the Horde." And I was like, oh no, she can't play with my friends. What am I gonna do? Because I really want to be her. So I suspect I'm just going to have to, I hope people don't call me a traitor. I suspect I'm just going to have to play for both sides because it's fun. And I want to play with more people.
We should play together one day, because I think all of us here have...
That will require me to actually know what I'm doing, but yes, I would love that.
No, we can teach you, and we have time to do it, so...
Yes, well, and I recently, when I loaded it, I think I played for like an hour and a half, and that for me, I was like, that was the 1 hour and a half that I had free the entire weekend, and I was like, you need to go do other things now. So anyway, thank you, Debaucherie, for translating to the chat what I'm talking about. Alex, who's Debaucherie there, is another gal that I've met in my travels, just like Seti, who is a very special person with a very special story, and I'm so grateful. Again, I get to meet you guys. It's unlike anything that I've had the experience of doing. I've been doing this for over 2 decades, and it wasn't until Overwatch that I got to have the one-on-one connections to people who are part of the audience or part of the community that I have now. It's really, really a special gift. And the only thing challenging about it is that I want to talk to everyone always, and I just can't. I have 100 messages or so right now in my I Am Fun size mailbox alone that I really need to get to, and I'm constantly going through them to be able to answer questions for people either in the videos or personally in emails when I feel like it might be something more private. And I want to talk to everyone. Everyone has such interesting stories. Everyone, you guys are just the best. I
really appreciate of how fast you answered us and you like.
Oh yes, and apologies that it took us so long to make it happen.
Everything.
I'm so grateful. And now we've broken the seal. So God forbid, since I have to run today, we can always do it another time and check in. I'm wide open for that.
I know you have like a short time, so this is a question that we've been like, we didn't plan to do this, but they started to become a fun thing. So how do you feel like when you were doing the reactions line? Because like some of the voice actors said, oh my god, I feel this is really lazy, I feel like a little embarrassing doing this, the voice, like you're gonna hit when you fall down,
dying.
We call those efforts.
How do I feel? They're super fun and super difficult. And the tricky thing about them is that, generally speaking, when you do a lot of those, it's very, very, very taxing on your voice. And so, my first session where I did probably most, if not all, of the efforts that I had to do in the game at the end, by the end of the session, I had no voice. And I had to rest my voice completely because I had lost it. Because you're screaming and you're falling and you're this and you're dying. And it's not something that, generally speaking, we do every day of our lives. I mean, it's super fun to be creative about that. And when I play, because I'm so bad at the game, I hear those voice lines more than I hear anything else because I'm usually dying very quickly. But whoever thinks about, okay, now you're dying because you've been knocked off a cliff, but you hit something on the way down. Or now you're dying because someone froze you and then shot you after you were frozen. And like all sorts of different things that you would never think of. So it's a fun game to play. I just have to be very careful because much like, going to a loud party or going to a concert, you get so excited that you forget to take care of your voice. And so I have to be very careful when I do them. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but I do think they can be really, really fun.
And to an extent, do you feel like embarrassed to do them? Because I know as a voice actress, you can't be embarrassed to do this stuff. But if I were to do that, I'd be truly embarrassed.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you, to be totally honest with you, the main reason I don't feel embarrassed, or I haven't felt embarrassed when I've had to do those, is because Andrea Toyas was running that session, and she runs such a just a kind and supportive room You know, she always wants you to feel supported and like you can try anything. And when you know you're not going to be judged, or you might be judged, but not, you might be evaluated, not judged.
Yes.
You know, people aren't going to laugh at you; they're going to laugh with you. You know that it's a really fun room, and all of the session directors that we've had a chance to work with have been, you know, equally that way. I've just up until a certain point, most of my sessions with Andrea, and that's why it was so special with her. But you know, for actors in all areas, whether you're doing theater, you're doing television, you're doing voice acting or whatever, having a safe place to do crazy things is of vital importance.
Yes.
I know I brought this up a few times during our session today, but the show I've been doing on Geek and Sundry, We're a Live Frontier, which is basically it's like if Critical Role and The Walking Dead got together and had a baby, it would be that show. It's a live action RPG set in the zombie apocalypse. And the way that set was, the way the director was, the way the entire team was, the entire cast, our game master, Ivan Van Norman, who I both adore and am terrified of at the same time, like the way everyone was, there was so much freedom to explore and freedom to fail and freedom to succeed and freedom to just, you know, just try things, that it's the greatest, you know, some of my favorite creative moments in the last years have been working on that, because when you are given that freedom and you don't judge yourself, you can kind of do anything. Yes. Like part of acting is making an idiot out of yourself so you can get to the good stuff.
Yes.
You know, you have to be willing to fail, and because failing isn't really failing, it's just figuring out what didn't work in an acting circumstance. You fail if you don't do it. That's like a straight up F. Yes, you fail.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
But if you just keep exploring and you do 32 takes of something, which we've never done at Overwatch, but you know, I'm just talking in general. Like if you just keep exploring all the different options, you're bound to find some gold. So I definitely, I've been very lucky because Andrea and Michael and some of the other session directors, JB and Andrea Romano, and everyone has always been so supportive and so awesome in those sessions. You never feel like you can't try something.
Yes.
Yeah. So
You know?
we don't want to take you like.
No, it's okay. I told you I could stay a little bit extra because we started late. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's stay. Let's make sure that we have all the questions that your chat people asked, if there's any more of them. Do you see any more of them here? I'm going to sling through. Let's see. How about this one? I'm just going to curate for you. How about that?
Okay.
Sure.
Strongbow 9281. Would I ever consider coming to Ireland? Well, I came to Ireland last year, laddie. I was actually there. Actually, I don't know if you're a laddie or a lassie. But I was there with Carolina. We were at Dublin Gaming Expo, or Game Expo Ireland, I think it was, in Dublin at the end of last year. I would love to go back there. We were there in November. It was freezing, and we still loved every minute of it because the weather was so cold, but the people were so warm. And absolutely, yes, 100% would love to come to Ireland. I can't really think of a place I don't want to visit right now. Like I even Antarctica sounds interesting. Like there's nowhere I don't want to. So yeah, I'm a fan of that.
Talking about Ireland, I would really love for Genevieve to come talk with us sometime.
Oh my God, I can't wait to meet her. I want to meet her because of her incredible theater background. Because I started in the theater. That's where I began my career, and still do a lot of theater whenever I have the chance to. And she seems like a force to be reckoned with, and one of the few people in the cast that I haven't had a chance to talk with or meet. So yes. One more. Will we see you in a Symmetra cosplay someday? I would hope so. My sewing skills are not particularly powerful, but I am certainly not averse to being in a Symmetra cosplay. I would love it. I think it's super fun. There are so many cool costumes. I don't think I would ever try the dragon one because people have done such great jobs of it, and I might screw it up terribly. But yeah, no, I would love to.
It's impossible for you to screw up, please. Come on. Come on.
Here's the thing. This is the other thing. The cosplay game is the bar is so high with those folks who have been doing it for so long.
Yes.
For me to come in and be like, I'm just going to do a cosplay, and then not do the amount of love and commitment and craft worthiness and everything that they have done, that would be unfortunate. I would definitely want to do it. I would definitely want to do a really, really good job. So that would be fun. What else? Someone find a question.
If you can pick a location in the world to have a map, where would you pick?
Ooh. That's an Alex question, isn't it? I bet Alex got that question.
Yes, that was her question.
Girl, she's just getting on my travel bone. I honestly, I don't know. There are so many places I want to go. Like Ilios is sort of already like Greece, so I wouldn't say that. And I would love for there to be something that is like the ruins of the forts in northern India in Rajasthan are so epic, and they are sort of they're just so romantic and big and awesome, and I think they would be a great place to stage battles in the game. Because that's where battles were staged in real life in India. So that would be very, very, very cool. I'm always up for a tropical location just because I always want to be in a tropical location. And I'd like to see something just straight up on a different planet. Let's go completely different. Let's just go and see what happens. Let's just, do something crazy. Do something where we can all like walk in the air and see what happens. What? Zenyatta's not the only one that can float on that map. You can do anything.
So have you ever asked, have you ever thought and played Dungeons and Dragons with Matt Mercer?
Of course. Oh my god, I would love it. Yes, I have thought of it many times.
Do it and stream it. Do it and stream it.
Yeah, we are trying to do like.
Someone tell Matt. I of course I would love that. It's role-playing games are such a treat, especially as an actor, because you get a chance to be a gamer and an actor at the same time. It's it's really, really fun.
And what those guys do on Critical Role is awesome.
Just how they've really defined the genre completely. Is so cool, and they're all so sweet. Oh my god, I love them so much. Matt and Marisha are just the best.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Let me answer this last question. Is that cool?
Okay.
Strong. First of all, I'm going to do a quickie. Strongbow, I can't answer whether Symmetra is a dog or a cat person because I am a dog person, and I will automatically judge her if she is a cat person. And I'm really sad if she's a cat person. So I'm really hoping that she's a dog person because Anjali is a dog person. Not anything against cats. I am just convinced that they are brainwashing people to take over the world.
That's true.
I'm not the only one.
Dogs,
Thank you.
I don't feel like dogs are doing that so much. Dogs just want you to rub their bellies. What do I do to get in Symmetra mindset to record my voice lines?
Yeah.
My running joke is I just remember every judgmental auntie that I've had my entire life. But to be honest, like that's not super far from the truth. It is a very how should I put this? I try to get very direct in my brain. So for some roles I'll listen to music and get into it, or I'll like put myself in some different place. Like I'll take a bunch of time. With Symmetra, I just try to get very grounded and very to the point. And then the accent and the voice itself is kind of just part of who I am, because that's just my voice with an Indian accent, with my Indian accent. So it's not as much about sense memory or anything like that as maybe some of the other roles I play. It's just kind of it's already a part of me. I do now warm up my voice. I admittedly didn't for the first few sessions, and that's why I lost my voice when I was doing all those things. But definitely, warm up my voice like I do for singing and stuff like that, because the vocal cords are delicate flowers, and I want them to last for the rest of my life.
And we also want that too.
Yeah, look, if I'm lucky, I'm going to be playing Symmetra until I'm 90. So that would be awesome. So I hope to be able to sound like her forever.
Nice.
So do you have any future projects or shows or
I
TV
do
that you would like to
actually. We're
share?
Alive. I'm very excited to report that We're Alive Frontier will be having airing its second season sometime in October. So for those of you who haven't seen it yet, go to projectalpha.com.
Yeah.
In fact, if you use code, I think it's code Frontier or code GenCon 18, it's either 18 or 2018.
Okay.
You can get 2 months free on Project Alpha.
Can you type that for us so we can?
Oh yes. Here we go. Project Alpha. Actually, let's do this.
Not the
Alex?
Project Alpha. The code. What is the code? So I can.
Oh, the code. Yeah. Hey, Alex, can you do it for me? I know you're there. It's Frontier, Frontier, and thank you. She's on it. Look at her. Bam. Okay. Look at her go. Thank you, Alex. You're like a remote personal assistant. Beautiful. You and Seti, you guys take care of me. So yeah, that's coming up in October.
Awesome.
Everything else that I am doing that will be coming out is stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about, which is such a bummer because I really want to tell you guys. There's a lot of fun stuff. But like I said, if you tune into my social media stuff kind of all over the place over the next week or so, on August 30th, I am likely going to be doing a very quick live stream there just to talk about what is some of the stuff coming up on my channel. And yeah, there's going to be some fun stuff there. I'm hoping I'm getting a little bit ambitious with my time, so I hope I can pull it all off. But I have a feeling if I declare it to all of you guys, I'm going to not want to let you down. I'm going to pull it all off.
And remember, like the longer you spend doing things, the less you're gonna spend playing World of Warcraft. So you're gonna have to take care.
True. That's
very,
very true. So you're gonna have to decide if you want me to actually create things or if you want me to play World of Warcraft.
So yeah,
I have a feeling. I know I want both too, but then someone's gonna have to figure out how to get 36 hours in a day because at some point I have to sleep. So that's happening. But I'm really excited about season 2 of We're Alive Frontier because some really, really cool stuff happens. And so I hope people can check out season 1 and get caught up and get to know all of the characters. And one of the things, hopefully this will entice people, one of the things that's very different about this particular role-playing game and gameplay system than Dungeons & Dragons is that unlike in D&D, where you have healing potions and resurrection and all of this stuff, on We're Alive Frontier, when you get injured, your character gets injured like you do in real life, and then there is time to heal, and so your character can be killed off very easily. And so there, every time we played the game, there is a chance that our character or we are going to die on that game. I mean, not in real life, obviously, that was weird, but so you never know who's going to make it through what episode. And we do our best as cast members to continue to promote well past the expiration of our characters. So you know, you won't know if I make it through stuff. But I love the show so much. I think it's really, really, really special, and I hope everybody gets a chance to watch it.
So thank you so much.
Yes, have to go. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know, but that's perfect.
Let's consider this part 1, and we'll do it again.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Let's do that.
Thank you so much for being here.
I just want to say that meeting you has been amazing. I'm used to meet people that I have like to stand up and defy on an everyday basis, but meeting you was like automatic respect and love. It's such a great energy. It's amazing.
You guys,
your stories.
You guys are so sweet. But like I said, what you're doing is so special. Yes, tell me.
No, I have to say that my cheeks are hurting because I laughed and smiled so much in this live stream because I'm so happy. I genuinely feel so happy when I'm surrounded by inspiring people and people who are big, you know, people who make their space. And I love that.
Then take that out into the world because you'll do that for someone else then.
Yes.
Super dope. And plant more trees. I love it.
We will. We are planting. We are cleaning. We are taking care of animals. We are doing like a lot of things.
Oh, amazing.
We are everywhere.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you guys so much.
It was really special for having you here with us.
Yes. I will talk to you soon and keep in touch online. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay,
Thank you so
bye,
much.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So everyone who is in chat, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. It was really
Thank
special.
you.
For those who like playing games, we play every single day on this channel. We have guests, we have a lot of things. So thank you all so much. It was really fun. Thank you, what the fucks.
What the fox?
What the fox? Thank you.
Because it's sounding like what the fucks every
Yeah.
time. you say.
Thank you, Leticia. Thank you, Remy.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Thank
Paragon.
welcome.
Thank you, Lucas. You're all amazing.
Yes.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Next time, guys.
Bye. Next
Bye-bye.
time. Bye.